Recording in progress.
Yes, team, and welcome to today's training and what I hope is going to be another hugely influential series. This could be a series of, I'm not quite sure, I'm currently on page 23 of my notes. And it's something I've been working on really hard the last couple of weeks, which is understanding the key to upgrading your life and also understanding the key to results and success in whatever area of you see that. So success in your relationship, financial success, success with your body, fat loss, building muscle, fitness, running marathons, getting shredded, whatever it is that you want to achieve. And some of the insights that I've got from this now, from these 23 pages, and I reckon I've got about another 23 to go to complete this this series, and I think each training is going to be around about an hour. So hopefully it delivers huge impact and huge influence, which is always my intention with every one of these videos. If one person takes one thing away from one of these videos that changes and upscales their life in some way, shape or form, then that goes straight on my gratitude list. And with the messages that I'm getting from so many of you, especially those of you that have now upgraded and joined Unbreakable Elite from the UB90 Challenge, they seem to be really hitting home and doing the business. So, what is the difference between success and results and not? Why have over 10 people now lost over 20 kg in less than 10 weeks? We've got around about 2 weeks left. Why have another 30 people lost over 10 kg? Why have some people done the absolute square root of fuck all since they paid the money and started? And again, if that triggers you, don't take it to heart. You'll only get triggered by the truth. Take it as a lesson and think, do you know what? I am that person he's talking about. I signed up and I paid my £300 and I've done absolutely fucking nothing apart from blame, complain, justify, get distracted, lurk, not get involved, not ask for help, not ask questions. I've done nothing. As a result, I've got nothing or gone backwards. Like, that will only trigger you if it's true. And if it does trigger you, great, because when something triggers me now, I don't get angry. I think this is a sign from the universe that something needs to change. What he just said has made me feel very uncomfortable. That will always be because it's about me. There might be some slight feelings of being ashamed, guilt. I don't know. I reckon there's a lot more feelings of hate, resentment, blame, and looking to make it somebody else's fault. The amount of times I've just let someone rant out to me and then I've gone, sounds like you're looking for somebody to blame. And they've almost gone like, oh my God, like that epiphany. So again, it could be an epiphany for you. But this isn't just you guys, so you shouldn't take it to heart. But if you buckle up for these next 4 or 5 trainings, whether you've been here 10 years, Lee Newell, or whether you've been here 10 weeks, everybody on the most recent Unbreakable 90 Challenge, or whether you've been here 2 weeks, the people who start on the challenge that begins pre-week begins next Monday, it officially begins the week after. So check this out for a statistic. This is not the Lee Freeman coaching plan. This is not Unbreakable 90, Unbreakable Elite, or any of the others. This is worldwide. Thank God my percentage is a lot higher. I would say it's around about 70. Less than 10% of people that sign up to any form of online coaching program, business, personal development, fat loss, fitness, muscle building, or anything in between, actually see it through. Now, considering it's a $13 billion per year industry, how crackers is that? Someone work out what 90% of $13 billion is. That's the amount of money wasted on people that join gyms, sign up for coaching programs, business courses, and everything in between, and don't see it through. No doubt it's very often £11.7 billion wasted per year on people that sign up for coaching programs and don't see it through. Wow. That is just wow, isn't it? No doubt many of the people also on those will sit on two spectrums. One will sit on the spectrum, oh, I've got loads of money, nothing's to me. So they had no skin in the game, so they just signed up and it was just a hope and a whim. The same people in the same group, many of them will be moaning about being skint and not having any money, and now they've wasted it, and now they're angry at the person that they gave the money to because they didn't do the work. So again, you can see the effect of that, the knock-on effect. It's hardly surprising you're skint if you keep paying money on things and then not doing the thing that you've paid it in. That's like going to the shop and buying the food and then not eating the food. How do I know all this? Because I'm talking about myself. So if again you get triggered, I'm talking about myself. I have signed up for multiple programs in the past and done the square root of FA. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? This is me trying not to swear. The square root of FA. Or Foxtrot Alpha, shall we say. So, even hearing this, even the fact that you are listening to this right now, if you are listening to, have listened to, or are listening to this on YouTube, in the chat on Zoom, or in the private client Facebook group, comment the word listen, and I'm going to tell you why. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're here. You are in that 10%. Congratulations. You just had a real world evidence that you are in the 10% of people, not just 10%, the top 10%. You are in the top 10% of people. Neville, Jessica, Jane, Danny, Peter, Katie, Luke, Matt. That's all I can see on the screen. So, what is the big, once you've finished giving yourself that pat on the back, what's the biggest key to moving forward? I've said this for years outside of habits. Show me your peer group and I'll show you your results. Show me who you hang with and I'll show you your results. One of the biggest keys to success is surrounding yourself with positive, happy, driven, focused people that want to see you win, that show no form of jealousy when you're winning, that pat you on the back, that are proud of you. And by the way, me calling you out on your own bullshit isn't hate, it's love. True love is wanting someone to do better, wanting someone to try harder, wanting more results for them. Allowing them to just carry on living a mediocre, unhappy life and never having the balls to say anything, that's not love. Some people think it is. I didn't want to say anything because I love him. That's not love. That's why I will deliver bombs to you, because I want better for every single one of you, and I will never ever apologize for that. Okay? And this whole reasoning is the very reason, I know some of you are in the elite WhatsApp group, some of you aren't. The elite WhatsApp group is the one where we chat and converse every day and people post. It's the most inspired, motivated group I've ever been in. So much so I cost myself nearly £6,000 a year by kicking 3 people out who weren't of that mindset and they were pulling the energy down. So I took the hit and got rid. That's how protective it is and that's how good it is. This is why I go the extra mile with the monthly events. Unless they're the ones when we have to invest because there was external parties involved that needed paying. But let's take the ultra marathon, the Goggins 4-4 challenge, the Three Peaks challenge. Like, none of them were agreed in anyone's plans when they signed up. I don't receive anything extra for them. In fact, I receive less because they take a shitload of planning and there's no financial return. So I think, why does he do it? Why does he take 2 full days out of his weekend? Pay for a hotel, pay for travel, all to arrange these events? Because I get more back from seeing the peer group grow. I get more back from seeing you happy. I get more back from seeing you building relationships because I understand the power of team, the power of community, the power of positive energy, and I want to be around it. So it's not about money, it's not about income. It's about I'm giving more because I've understood the power of a positive peer group. So how do we do this effectively? If you're struggling with your current peer group and you now know it's one of the keys to living a successful life, as I said, the key to upgrading your life, I think this will be a 5-part series. So how do we find people we can enjoy our journey of life with? Well, remember, there's a very, very big difference between 2 things: knowledge mastery and implementation mastery. So we can read books all day long. We can consume personal development all day long. You can watch these videos all day long. But if you don't actually implement the knowledge, nothing will happen. Knowing and not doing is the same as not doing. So what happens when people sign up to a fat loss plan, a learning course, a mentor, a coach, a PT, any of these things? What happens? You see it online and it all sounds amazing. Oh my God, that person has just described everything that I'm struggling with. And he's told me he has all the answers in order to solve it. And then he showed me the results of all the people that he's already done it with. This is the one. This sounds amazing. This is the answer for me. Of course it sounds amazing. It's supposed to. That's called marketing. You are being marketed to pretty much these days from the second you get out of bed to the second you go to bed. And marketers attack your pain points. Are you struggling with Yes, 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 yes. That stuff's keeping me in pain. Would you like to achieve X, Y, and Z? Yes, if I got those things, I'd be happy. Amazing. Click this button, send me some money, and those are yours. And guess what? I'll also convince you that you don't really have to do any fucking work. The amount of shady fucking online coaches. Would you like to lose 30 pounds in 30 days while still eating pizza, snacking on dairy milk and drinking every weekend? Lying pricks. Without ever going to the gym. Some of them even say that. Good luck. But what will you do? Send them the money. Why? Because you think, well, they've just told me I can do all that without doing any work. I'm here to tell you, most marketing is lies. So, then what happens? You signed up. You clicked the money. You signed up to the fat loss plan. Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Juice Plus, Herbal Shite, Cloud Twat, everything else in between, Keto Cambridge, Fatkins, and all the other shit you've tried that hasn't worked. To all of those people that run those plans, I just want you to know, I truly meant every word I just said. You are shady, you prey on naive people, and it's not right. Case closed. So the person finds out it doesn't work. Yeah, that plan didn't work for me. Remember the girl in the shopping centre eating the cheese pasty and the Walker's crisps grab bag, telling the other person who didn't know that they knew me that my plan didn't work. So then we look for the next shiny object. That one didn't work for me, but this one will. Or again, personal experience is me looking for the thing that's going to make you happy. The big house, the Range Rover, the pain-free road to more pleasure and less pain. Now, sometimes though, it's not very often that the course is actually missold. Sometimes the course is very well sold with ethics, as I would say mine is. Slow, steady, sustainable. You will see no adverts from me telling people that they're going to lose X amount of pounds in X amount of days. Most coaches' fucking Instagram bios say that. I help people lose 90 pounds in 3 hours without going to the gym. Woohoo, sign me up. So my biggest red flag as a coach, and you will all have answered this question. Well, all of you on Unbreakable Elite will do. Those of you on the Unbreakable 90 Challenge won't do because you don't have to apply for that. What have you tried before and did it work? Someone drop me a comment what they think the most common answer is. Either on YouTube, #replay, what you think the most common answer is. In the comments now on Zoom if you can, or in the Facebook group if you're watching on replay. Yep, Luke's nailed it. I've tried everything. And then I get these people that come, Weight Watchers is a high one as well. And I get Fat Camp, as I call it. Fat Fighters. Most people reply, I've tried everything. And then they also say, I'd do anything to lose weight. Okay, let's start with tracking your food every day. I don't really want to use that MyFitnessPal. I'm a bit of a technophobe. Okay, you do anything except track your food every day. My mental health struggling. I'll do anything to get back on track. Okay, let's start with some journaling. No, it's a bit fucking hippie for me, that. I'd do anything to lose body fat. Okay, let's start with getting up an hour early and going for a walk. I couldn't get up any earlier than I already do. I'm not a fucking morning person. All people then blame the coach at the end. So I will not work with people who, Caroline's right, almost every diet works if you stick to it. Keto's great if in a calorie deficit and you can stick to it. 99% of people can't. Cambridge is great if in a calorie deficit and you can stick to it. Most people can't. Try not eating carbs for 6 weeks and tell me how you feel. And tell your husband or wife, I'm here for them if they need you, because you will be one miserable Mardy sod. Anyway, let's not go off on too many tangents, like. So a lot of them also list the coaches that they've worked with. So I might say, hang on, Peter. You've worked with 7 different online coaches. It's a lot of money. You've done Weight Watchers, you've done Slimming World, you've done Fatkins, you've done Cambridge, you've done keto, you've done 5-2, you've done intermittent fasting, you've done carb backloading, and you even tried living on protein shakes for a week. You then did a couple of cleanse 9s, you did an ashwagandha, whatever they're called, ayahuasca, and you're still fat. You're still miserable. Well, out of those 15 things you've tried, or everything, what's the one common denominator? You or I. Again, I'll revert it back to myself. I could say I've worked with a lot of online business mentors that didn't really work for me. Well, most of them have worked with people they've turned into multimillionaires. So again, what's the common denominator? Me. Not them, me. As long as you continue to blame somebody else for the results you're not getting, you will always be fucked. Trust me. Excuse my language. So make an effort right now to apply what I teach you today. Because if you do, it will change your life. This is why this series is called Upgrading Your Life. The key to upgrading your life. Part 1 to probably 5, I would say. So, don't jump in too quick with the answers for this because you'll get them wrong, because we know we've done something similar. So here are the 4 questions that you need to ask yourself in regards to where you're spending your time, where you're spending your energy, and why you may or may not be getting the results that you want. Get ready for this. Who remembers that tune? Anyway, so number 1 is what? And it's not what, why, lesson, apply. It's 4 different ones. So listen up. So when you're thinking about doing the thing that you're going to do, or why it didn't work, this is what we need to think of when we're thinking about where we're spending our time, our money, and our energy. So when you invest in a plan, what are you actually going to be doing? When you invest in anything, what are you actually going to be doing? Well, you're investing time. What are you actually doing? You're investing time, hopefully. You're investing money. And nothing good will ever be free. And you're investing energy to learn. Okay? Then we can ask ourselves the next question, which is why? And the question why are you doing what you are doing, is almost responsible for whether you followed through on this challenge or not. Whether you live the life that you want or not. Why you are doing it is the difference between whether you live the life that you want or the one that you are settling for right now. And there's 3 big areas that we all want improvement in. Health, wealth, and relationships. Those 3 collectively are the $13 billion market we're talking about. The 3 areas people want more progress in than anything in the world. So everyone is trying to sell you the key to being healthy, from a recipe book to a YouTube video to an online coaching plan. Everyone is trying to sell you the key to be wealthy, from crypto to side hustles to multi-level marketing and everything in between. And a lot of people are now trying to sell you the key to fixing your relationships with yourself and others, counseling, therapy, NLP, and everything in between. But listen up now, right? You can't be healthy without first becoming a healthy person. You can't become healthy without delaying the instant need for gratification. And you can't change without changing yourself. Because if you don't realize that it's you that needs to change, not the plan, then you are going to keep spending a lot of money getting old results. You are the key, not the plan. This is why billions is spent in gym memberships that are never used. Joining the gym wasn't the key. You need to become a person that fucking goes to the gym. But people think they can buy a result. They can invest in result. I need a PT. No, you need to change your mindset. If your mind's that bad that you need to be meeting someone to stand next to you in order to get you to do the work, that's not a PT or a gym problem. That's a mindset problem. Now, what most people are doing is they're looking to put the responsibility of the result onto somebody else to fix the problem rather than committing to fixing themselves. Now, I'm not saying a coach or a mentor or a learning course doesn't help. Of course it does. I wouldn't have a job without it. But it's not the most important thing. And this is again why those of you that are on Unbreakable Elite and you've been on the sales call, I will openly say on the discovery call, everything that I'm going to teach you in terms of training, nutrition and mindset, you can probably find on the internet for free. Hardly a big sales pull, is it? I'm not claiming to be a guru. I'm not claiming to have secrets or any of these things. You know, I did a whole training on the secrets of success, is that there is no secret. So we need to understand that we need to change and that someone else can't fix the problem. Yes, they can guide us. Yes, they can point us in the right direction. The key to what I do that others don't is peer group, community, emotional support, and accountability. You can't get any of those. But again, this is the same in relationships, right? People think they need to fix their partner in order to be happy rather than fixing themselves. Well, you can't upgrade your relationship until you upgrade yourself. Or you'll just keep having the same relationship with different people. If you have an unhappy relationship and that relationship ends and you put all the baggage from that relationship in a big fucking dustbin bag and you take it over your shoulder and then you carry it into the next relationship, and the first thing you probably begin that relationship by is telling them everything about your past and your relationship and why it didn't work and what your ex did and all this stuff. Who's ever been on a date when the person spent a hell of a lot of time talking about their ex, why it didn't work, how evil they are, what they did wrong, why they ruined their life, and yada, yada, yada. Most people's favourite subject. Why this person hurt me, why how bad it was, and why it didn't go right. Yep, Jane's right. It's like the instant red flag. They're bringing all the baggage from their past into your relationship, and that's not what you want. But you know, Nikki and Tony have talked to me about this at length. They relationship counsel couples, and one couple says, "Oh, if only he could be like this, then everything would be okay." And she says, "Well, if only he could be like this, then everything would be okay." Very often, they wish that if the other person could be more like them, everything would be okay. That's their ego. Not saying, well, maybe if I can change this about me, then things would be better. You know, that's not to say there's not evil people that just are horrible and just hurt you. That's just life. So again, it's a fine line. It's not saying it's your fault, but you need to take a new you into a new relationship, not the old you. Or you're going to attract someone that had the same problems as you, and it's the worst starting ground in the world. As I said, write that down. You can't upgrade your relationship without upgrading yourself, or you'll continue to have the same relationships with different people. We must work on ourselves. It's our responsibility. Now, what happens if you don't upgrade your beliefs around money? I'll tell you right now, you're never going to make any. You will repel money away from you. If you don't upgrade your beliefs about success, you will repel success away from you. If you don't upgrade your beliefs about love and people, you will repel love away from you. Dating apps are horrific for this. People say, I don't want X, Y, and Z, and if you want X, Y, and Z, then fuck off and don't do this. Not like, wow, maybe I need to look at me. Maybe I need to look at what I want. Maybe I need to look at who I need to become to attract the right person. No, I'll just fire rocks at everyone. Typical statement I've heard a million times. All men are assholes, all men are bad. No, they're not. That's your belief. That's a false belief. There's thousands that aren't. There's just something internal that's probably meant that you've attracted the ones that are. So we need to fix ourselves. And when we can fix ourselves, we'll attract better. As I said, if we don't change ourselves, we'll keep taking the same us into new relationships and getting the same result. It's a big insight here. And this has kept me stuck for years. This has literally kept me stuck for years and millions of others. And I shudder to think the amount of money I've wasted on what I'm about to say. I'm just going to say a lot because I'm actually embarrassed about the true amount. Pause this and write this down. You cannot buy your way out of your inner limitations or pay someone else to do the work for you and make the results their responsibility. This will just lead to you spending new money and getting the same results. How many mentors have I had that haven't changed my position and then I held resentment towards them? All of them bar 3. How many books have I read and not implemented it? How much money have I invested in things I thought were going to make me rich quick? You can't buy your way out of your limiting beliefs. Some people will pay tens of thousands of pounds to a fat loss coach because they think, well, if he's £10,000, then he must be the answer because that's why he's so expensive. And all I need to do is hit transfer and then I will get the result. It's us that need to change ourselves. You can't buy your way out of your limitations. This is why people end up getting bought into performance enhancing drugs. It's why they end up getting bought into, shake plans and detox plans and all this kind of stuff because they believe that they can't lose weight. They believe they can't change. And this person gives them a shiny object that doesn't require any work that will give them the answer. Then it doesn't, okay? This is why marketing people even sell you money back guarantees because they know you're not going to do the work and they know that you'll never ask for it. So we have to stop spending money on trying to buy ourselves out of where we are. Money that we think is going to get us to where we want to be. Yes, knowledge helps. Yes, coaching helps. Accountability, support, peer group. They are crucial. But I promise you the answer is not in the shiny new object. And this is not a pitch to make sure you stay here and don't leave and go to Big Dave who's telling you 10 kg of muscle in 4 weeks. Just need to jab this in your ass. So where are the answers? If the answers aren't in the shiny new objects, where are the answers? I'm looking at the answer. And if you are looking at yourself on your Zoom now, you're not because you've not got your cameras on. But go and look in the mirror. The answers that you want are in the mirror, not the shiny new object. Drop me a yes. How many times have you said, I'm just going to give this a try and see how it goes? I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try something different in 4 to 8 weeks. And then I'm going to try something different. And then I'm going to try something different. And then I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try this and see if that works. I'm going to try keto. I think I'm going to try intermittent fasting. I think I'm going to try 5-2. I think I'm going to try a new online coach. I think I'm going to try Weight Watchers. I think I'm going to try Slimming World. It worked for Derek. Not once is the person looking in the mirror and thinking, I am the problem. I need to change. Building some healthy habits, going for a walk and keeping your fucking feet out of the fridge every hour or the snack cupboard would be a very good place to start. Stopping blaming, complaining and justifying. would be a very good place to start. Getting up early and going for a walk would be a very good place to start. Tracking your food would be a very good place to start. Not any of those things that promise you a quick fix. But it's so much easier on the ego to think that success can be bought. Because if not, we have to say, do you know what? This is a me problem. This is a Lee problem. This isn't a business problem. This isn't a money problem. This isn't a lead generation problem. This isn't a systems problem. This isn't a I can't attract new clients. I've worked with 3,000 plus clients. When things drop off for me and start going not so well, it's a Lee problem. And the first time I have a Lee problem, I go, ooh, who can I give money to help me to get me out of this? Rather than admitting that I haven't been doing the fucking work. That's me calling myself out on my own bullshit. When my business struggles, I'm not doing the work. When my business struggles, I'm not showing up. When my business struggles, it's because my energy is low, because I've stopped having such an elite level of self-care. It's all on me. I am the problem. And when this happens, what does that then do? Very often, some people won't admit they are the problem because then it triggers fears of self-sabotage and procrastination. But trust me, you already have the tools that you need. And all these things have value. Coaching has value. I'm valuable to you. Accountability is valuable. Peer group is valuable. Support, emotional support, weekly check-ins are valuable. Completing your planner is valuable. Tracking your food is valuable. Going to the gym, having a plan is valuable. But the fastest way to upgrading your health, wealth, and happiness is upgrading you. Now, the good news is this is easier than you think. So we haven't gone what, why, lesson, apply. We've gone what. What are we actually going to be doing? Investing in ourselves. Why? Because we want change. We want health, we want wealth, and we want happiness. And we now know that the key to this is you. You changing you. The answer's in the mirror. If you're not seeing results, you are the problem, not the plan. So the third question is how? Which is exactly where I hope some of you might be now. This all sounds great, Lee. I get it. I've dropped my ego. I understand that I'm the problem, my mindset, my work rate. I've understand that I need to work on myself. I've understand if that I want new relationships, I need to bring a new me into that relationship. Otherwise, I'll have the same relationship with different people. So how do we do this? So close to home. So easy. Look at who influences your thoughts, behaviors, and actions the most. Guess what? The first 10 people to upgrade from the UB90 challenge into Unbreakable Elite were the 10 people who posted the most in the WhatsApp group. The 10 people who are smashing it. The 10 people who are doing the work. The 10 people who are magnetizing towards each other with their own positivity. Influencing each other's thoughts, behaviors, and actions. This is why the peer group is so positive. Do you know how many times? Excuse me. I'll start getting a cough and I've got 40 kilometers to run today. This is why, how many times Luke or Julie, Jessica, Jane, Kate, how many times has someone in the Unbreakable Elite WhatsApp group gone, do you know what, I wasn't going to train tonight, and then I saw that Luke went and ran 10 miles. And I thought, God, if Luke can run 10 miles, I can at least get on my treadmill in my house for half an hour. And then they say, thanks to Luke. cheers, mate. Do you know what? If you hadn't have posted that in that group, I wouldn't have trained tonight. So thank you. What's that? Gratitude. What's the other key to success? Gratitude. So what influences our behavior, actions, and thoughts the most? Our environment, aka our peer group, aka the people we spend the most times with. But here is the kicker. You have to know there are two environments. Who knows what the two environments are? Before we come on to some tasks here. Each one of these trainings has got a task for you to do, and I'm going to check you've done it. And when you've done it, on the YouTube video, you're going to comment task completed. Not on this Zoom, not in Facebook, on the YouTube video when the replay's been uploaded. And then I'm going to call you out on your own bullshit when you say you're struggling with results. But you couldn't even be asked to watch the video that gave you the keys to upgrading your life. The two environments are your outer environment, aka your peer group, and your inner environment, aka your mindset, your inner talk, your beliefs. People forget there are two environments. You have an internal environment with yourself and an external environment with other people. Now, the problem is here, you can take care of your inner environment. You can do the mindset work. You can get up today. You can get yourself on fire. You can journal. You can do your morning routine. Remember my morning routine: up, stretch, cold shower, mindset, hydrate, vitamins, personal development work, and then I'll think about what I need to do for the rest of the day after I've planned it. Non-negotiable. So I've taken care of my inner world. But then sometimes what happens to me? I might get 10 to 15 negative messages. People slagging me off on Facebook. An email that triggers me and throws my head. And all of a sudden, all of that inner environment has been wiped out. And I'm angry, stressed, reactive, pissed off, hurt, upset, and everything in between. So you can take care of your inner world, but if you're not very, very careful, you will still become a product of your outer world, i.e., who you surround yourself with. And you have to remember, this isn't just current world we're talking here. This is sculpted from as soon as you can hear and listen and see. Hear and listen. That's the same thing. As soon as you can hear and as soon as you can see, this outer world is programming and sculpting you. So questions. What or who is the biggest influential factor on who you are? It's the people you surround yourself with. Answer. What is the fastest way to make the changes needed to improve your life? It is surrounding yourself with positive, driven, motivated, energetic winners that are moving in the same direction as you, not going with the fucking flow. There's only one thing that goes with the flow, and that's dead fish. I don't think any of you want to be a dead fish. Salmon will swim against the current to get where they want to go. Get me some fucking salmon because I want to swim with them. It's why some people pay the Unbreakable Elite fee for the WhatsApp group only and these mindset sessions. They're not asked about the training, they know how to train. They're not asked about nutrition, they know how to eat. They pay it for that group only. A WhatsApp group. £2,000 a year or £249 a month for a WhatsApp group and a weekly check-in. Why? The weekly check-in gets them around my energy every single Monday. The WhatsApp group gets them around the energy of Salmon every single day from 6 a.m. until 12 p.m. at night. That's why it's so valuable. This is why people have cried when they've left our meetups. I think multiple people cried after the Bottomere event. They said they felt like they were leaving their family. They were emotional because they'd been around this inspired, energetic, driven, focused group of people, overcoming fears, breaking down barriers, jumping in lakes, doing breath work, walking around mountains. And then deep down, they knew they were going back to being around people that weren't making them feel that way. That's partly why they felt sad. That's why the emotions came. They were like, this feels good. I want to stay here. Now I've got to go back here. This is the secret to success. One of them, one of the keys to success. I need to use keys, not secret. You don't see shredded, lean millionaires drinking 10 pints and watching the football with Big Dave before getting a bag in and having a fucking scrap on West Street afterwards, do you? You don't see them in the pub at 2 o'clock once they've finished work every fucking Friday. You don't see them opening a glass of wine as soon as they get in from work. You don't see them tolerating people who want to blame, complain and justify. Trust me on this. You are and you will become who you hang with. And before we come on to the fourth one, I'm going to leave you with 5 quotes, again, that Peter has taught me through the learnings that I'm currently doing with him. It's really important that you do this as well, guys. If you're learning something from someone, I always feel it's so important to credit them. So these 4 quotes are incredible. 5 quotes, kind of. 2 are from the same person. So Dan Pena, ultra successful. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Oprah Winfrey, only surround yourself with those who want to lift you higher. Jim Rohn, probably one of the most famous personal development people of all time and one of the most famous personal development quotes that was first said by him. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. A quote from the Corinthians. Bad company corrupts good character. So even good people can be corrupted and held back by bad company. And from Tony Robbins, without a shadow of a doubt, the most successful personal development of all time. Very interesting quote, which I didn't quite understand to start with. Proximity is power. So he's talking about who you are close to is power. But the key to lasting change, which is what we all want, right? We don't want short-term change. We don't want to feel good for 8 weeks, then feel shit again. We don't want to feel good at Lake Bottomere and then feel shit again. We don't want to feel good at the ultra marathon in 2 weeks and then feel shit again. So the key to lasting change, not short-term change, not quick fixes, the key to lasting change and living a lasting, happy, successful life is to create a supportive, driven, energetic, positive environment, which is why I work so hard on these trainings. It's why I created the WhatsApp group. And it's why I started with one event before moving it to quarterly, before now moving them to monthly, to give you guys a more supportive environment, because I understand it's the key to success. A positive peer group is an absolute necessity if you want to achieve results and live an unbreakable life. And it's also an unsupportive one will probably keep you stuck and take all of your dreams to the grave. It's going to be pretty hard, isn't it, to give up smoking, drinking, partying, taking drugs, eating shit, making excuses, blaming, complaining and justifying, if that's what your husband or wife and your top 3 or 4 friends do. Yet that's the reality of where most people live. Why? Because it makes them feel better about their own insignificance, their own soul-sucking existence. Sounds like a harsh phrase, right? They're basically saying, my life is shit. Life happens to me, not for me. I am a victim. Everything else in life is somebody else's fault. Couldn't possibly be my fault. So I'm going to go and hang around with a load of other people like that, so they'll make me feel better. Because other people are going to try and trigger me into action, and that doesn't make me feel good. So the 4th question, and then tomorrow we're going to be going on to more keys, not tomorrow, Friday, sorry, is what? What if? So I'll just recap really quickly. So we've got what, why, how, and then we've got what if. What if you commit today to improving the quality of the people that you spend your time around? What if you commit today to investing and coming into the elite group and getting in that WhatsApp group? What if you commit to spending less time with negative people? What if you commit to spending more time with successful people? What if you only allow people who want to lift you up and see you win? As Oprah said, they are the only people I'm willing to allow into my life and spend time with. How much faster will your transformation be 90 days from now? How much faster will you form the new habits? How much better will your energy, clarity, and focus be? If everyone around you is in harmony, if everyone around you is like a pack of horses, all trying to pull the same, whatever it is that horses pull, trailer, carriage. What is the difference, right? 50 of us all trying to pull this one trailer together. And then you've got the next option, which is you trying to pull the trailer on your own. And then you've got the worst option, which is you trying to pull the trailer on your own one way and somebody else trying to pull it the other way. That's the negative peer group. And then the other question that I want to ask you, the other what if, is what will happen if you don't? What will happen if you don't upgrade your peer group? What will happen if you don't stay part of the team? What will happen if you go back to your old peer group with your old shitty standards and the low level, low energy, bottom feeders who never call you out on your own bullshit and would rather talk about how everything in life is different for them? What will happen? You'll either stay the same or go backwards. Now we're back at making a decision or a choice. You can make a choice and a decision to step up, upgrade your peer group, understand it's never someone else's responsibility, look in the mirror to get the answers and commit to doing the work and spending time with people that want to support you, love you and see you win. Or you can go back to the other people and say the same. But if you do, you will be working against constant temptation, constant resistance, constant negativity, constant jealousy. And that is going to make the journey very, very, very difficult for you. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's training. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep stepping up. Let's keep doing the work. Let's never blame, never complain, never justify, because we understand that we are in charge. We are masters of our own destiny. We are in the driver's seat. The pen is in our hand, and life happens for us, not to us. Every single one of you is phenomenal. I believe in every single one of you, and I will keep pushing each and every one of you to reach your true potential in whatever area of life you want that to be in. Stay unbreakable. I love you all, and I'll see you on Friday morning.